Scientific and technological competitiveness, an increasingly important aspect for the economy. In this field, China is becoming a protagonist on the world scene. 35 million people work in the fields of science and technology, and almost 2 million are involved in research projects. This great commitment has led to a quantum leap in quality. Chinese reports and articles accepted by the international scientific community amount to those of Great Britain, Germany and Japan, while Chinese innovations in nanotechnologies are some of the most appreciated in the world. China has trained a new generation of high-tech professionals by drawing the finest brains and most advanced technologies in sectors such as biotechnologies, space research, information technology, energy and new materials. All this has tremendously increased the country's production capacity. In recent years, 253 high-tech development areas have been created, with investments amounting to dozens of billions of euro. One of the most strategic areas is Hong Kong. Over the past 5 years, a huge science park dedicated to research and innovation has been designed and built here. Phase 1 of the project has been completed, and Phase 2 is now in the final stretch. We're talking about the Hong Kong Science Park in Tolo Harbour, New Territories, a complex of infrastructures devoted to research, experiments and applied sciences. It's also a platform where industries and university research institutes can meet and develop cooperation. The Science Park, designed by the Chinese-American architect Simon Quan, was conceived as a campus hosting highly advanced scientific enterprises from around the world, all involved in the development and interaction phases.
Science Park is a new development, I think, sponsored by the government, and then trying to create a community, and then all these sort of a high-tech or IT companies, moving into that like a center.
The laboratories and service facilities enable scientists, technicians and enterprises from all over the world to cut development costs and time to the market. The buildings already completed are the park's core system. The buildings host offices, parking spaces, exhibition halls, conference rooms, retail shops, restaurants, hotels, and recreational and fitness facilities. The planning strategy consists in creating a focal point, encouraging the interaction of people in an articulate and complex environment. Sustainable design has been a key element. The buildings have facades with double-faced surfaces to reduce transmission of heat and noise from the street, and solar cells to supply renewable energy. Any form of architecture, regardless that the same building concepts are used, shows a marked formal and functional personality.
My concept of lighting is really to light up the building, not just light the building, but to enhance the design features of the building facade. Because of the design of that building, has a lot of sunshades, and like a metal trellis sunshade. And then we find this of iGuzzini is perfect, to light up a linear shape, without the light spilling into the office.
The radius fixtures used were installed between the building and the outer membrane. The objective is to light the ceilings indirectly to give a sense of lightness and brightness from the street, like a lantern opened on the street. At night, the transparent buildings signal their architectural and hence functional diversity through a careful use of light beams.
To me, it's actually very important not to just light up the building itself, it's really the approaching the environment. So when you approach a building, you will have to go through the road, you have to go through the walkway, you have to go through seeing some either softscape like plantings and maybe some water features and things.
All of the roads have their own design consistency through the reiterated use of the nuvola fixtures by Renzo Piano. Low temperature, warm light sources were chosen to distinguish the pathways from the built-up area, which has its own approach and crossing areas. Nuvola inspired the lighting concept for the upper part of the buildings. Dino Guan chose to light the undulated rooftops indirectly from the bottom up. The color of the rooftops changes with the seasons, mainly cyanine blue, but even white. Red is used on special occasions like the Chinese New Year.
For my taste and for my approach of lighting a building, I like to make it more very pure architectural. I prefer not to put colors or changing or flashing, unnecessary.
The lighting of the interiors always respects the need for visual comfort while taking into account all the different functions performed. In order to meet the different needs in the various sectors, energy-saving lamps were chosen. T5 fluorescent lamps with electronic ballast were used in the offices, while Perroquet and Cestello recessed fixtures with T8 S lamps were mounted because they offer a better quality of light. The Greenwich fixtures in the large glazed lobby form a star-studded sky, which at night blends the interior and the exterior with poetry and high lighting value. The Hong Kong Science Park is an environment where projects and talents have the facilities and space to create innovation in electronics, ICT, biotechnologies, and microengineering. This is the ideal place for the scientific revolution exalted by the architect and light.